Hi, I'm Riley, and for 2 whole months, I wasn't myself. Literally, I was my twin brother. Why? Well, let's just say I was the quiet, artsy kid who blended into the background. And my twin, River, he was the golden boy, soccer star, on a roll. Everyone loved River. Then one day, River broke his leg doing a TikTok challenge on our roof, don't ask. And just like that, he was out for the semester. But our parents had a rule. If either of us ever flunked, we'd both lose access to their college fund. No pressure, right? River begged, to go to school in his place. Just for a week, he said. Just until I can walk again, he said. And because I'm a sucker with poor impulse control, I said yes. Only one problem. Pretending to be your extroverted, athletic twin brother is way harder than it looks. The plan was simple, at least in theory. River had broken his ankle during a skate stunt gone wrong, and since finals were coming up, he begged me to attend school in his place for a few weeks. Just until my cast comes off, he said. I should have said no. I wanted to say no. But deep down, I always wondered what it felt like to be him. Popular. Charming. The kind of guy people noticed. So, I put on his Letterman jacket, fixed my hair like his, and tried to imitate his confident stride. And when I walked into school that Monday morning pretending to be River, I swear the world tilted. People waved at me in the halls. Teachers smiled. Girls giggled and whispered like I was the main character in some teen drama. It felt wrong, but also kind of amazing. And then, SHE showed up. Emma, River's ex, and the first person I ever secretly had a crush on. Emma stared at me with that sharp, calculating look only exes seem to master. River, she said slowly. Since when do you hold your books like that? I froze. Apparently, there's a wrong way to carry textbooks when you're impersonating your twin brother. I laughed it off, made up something about a sprained wrist, but she wasn't buying it. From that moment on, Emma became my personal lie detector. She'd ask random trivia only River would know, our first dog's name, our old neighbor's Wi-Fi password, the song he hated most. I got most of them right, until she cornered me after math class and whispered, River broke up with me over a text. You'd never do that. Would you, Riley? My blood went cold. How did she know? I didn't answer. I just turned and walked away, heart pounding in my throat. But now the game had changed. Emma wasn't just suspicious. She knew. I started avoiding Emma, took different hallways, ate lunch in the art room, even faked a cold to skip gym. But somehow, she always found me. One afternoon in the library, I tried to escape into a book, something about parallel universes, ironically. And that's when she sat across from me and slid a folded piece of paper across the table. Read it. Alone. I waited until she was gone, then opened it with shaky hands. Inside a list. Dozens of small things she'd noticed over the past week. River never uses pens, only pencils. River would never help coach with equipment. You looked sad when I smiled at you yesterday. River always smirks. At the bottom. So here's the real question. Who are you, and why do I miss you more than I miss him? I folded the note. My chest was aching. And for the first time since this whole plan began, I wanted to tell someone the truth. I couldn't sleep that night. Emma's words kept echoing in my mind like a broken record. Why do I miss you more than I miss him? The next morning, I did something insane. I wrote her back, told her to meet me in the auditorium after school, said I owed her an answer. She showed up, arms crossed, guarded but curious. I walked on stage under the spotlight, and there, in the most dramatic way possible, I told her everything. That I wasn't River, that her real boyfriend was in rehab across the country, that I was just a look-alike, an actor planted in her life for reasons even I didn't fully understand. I expected her to run, to scream, to cry. Instead, she sat down in the front row and whispered, Keep going. For the first time since I stepped into River's shoes, I spoke as myself. No more rehearse lines. No more pretending to be the golden boy she used to love. I told her about my life, about the auditions, the rejection letters, the months spent couch surfing in a city that didn't care whether I sank or swam. I told her about how I got the offer to be River, how I thought it was just a weird gig, a role in some twisted social experiment. But somewhere along the way, it stopped being a job. I stopped acting. Because with her, I felt something real. Something I never got to feel as me. Not until I wore someone else's face. She didn't say a word for the longest time. Just stared at me with those wide, unreadable eyes. Then she asked, quietly, "So what's your real name?" I froze, because no one had asked me that in months. I swallowed hard. My heart thudded like a drum. "It's Riley," I said. Just one word, but it felt like tearing off the last piece of armor I'd been hiding behind. Emma tilted her head, repeating it to herself. "Riley." The way she said it, slow, deliberate, like she was trying it on. And then she smiled. Not a pity smile. Not an awkward one either. Just warm. Honest. The kind of smile I hadn't earned in years. "I like that better than River," she said. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect her to stay. To listen. But she did. We sat there, trading stories under the soft hum of the emergency lights. No scripts. No lies. Just two people who'd both been pretending for too long, finally telling the truth. And in that moment, for the first time since this whole mess started, I didn't feel like a fraud. I felt seen. I should have known peace doesn't come without a price. The very next morning, I woke up to my phone buzzing nonstop. Notifications. Messages. Mentions. And then I saw it, a video. Me. Emma. The auditorium. Someone had recorded everything. My name. My face. My confession. And now it was everywhere. My stomach dropped. I couldn't breathe. All those months of carefully constructed lies, destroyed in seconds. At school, whispers followed me like shadows. People stared, pointed, laughed. Some called me brave. Most just called me a freak. And Emma, she wouldn't even look at me. I tried to catch her in the hallway, but she brushed past me ice cold. "I trusted you," she muttered. That hurt more than anything else. I wanted to scream that I never asked to be anyone's symbol, anyone's inspiration. I just wanted to be me. But now, everyone knew who I was, and no one saw the real me anymore. I thought I'd hit rock bottom before. But now, I was digging below it. Even the teachers were acting weird around me, overly careful, like I was made of glass. Or maybe a lawsuit. The principal called me in and said they were looking into the breach of privacy, but we both knew the damage was done. Emma didn't say a word to me for days. Until one afternoon, I found a note in my locker. It was folded neatly, no name on it. Inside, in her handwriting, "You said you wanted to be real. Real people don't lie for months. Real people talk. Meet me at the bleachers. After school." My heart pounded. Was this it? The end? Or a second chance? I went, obviously. And when I got there, she was already waiting. The bleachers were nearly empty, bathed in golden hour light. Emma sat on the third step, arms crossed, staring straight ahead. I stood there, heart racing, not sure if I should sit or speak. "I didn't come here to yell," she said, breaking the silence. "But I need answers." I nodded, voice trembling. I didn't plan it. At first, I just wanted to fit in. Be normal. You made me feel normal, and that scared me. Emma looked at me, eyes wet but strong. "You were my best friend, Riley. You didn't have to be perfect. You just had to be honest." I took a deep breath. I was scared that if you knew the real me, you wouldn't want me around. She didn't respond right away. But then, slowly she said, "Then prove me wrong." She stood up, brushing her hands on her jeans. "You get one chance. One. Don't lie again." And just like that, she walked away, but not before glancing back. A glimmer of something left behind. Hope. The next morning, I walked into school with shaking hands and a pounding heart. But I didn't go to class. I went straight to the intercom office. "Are you sure about this?" the secretary asked, eyebrow raised. I nodded. I had rehearsed it all night, and now it was time. The speakers crackled to life. "Hi, this is Riley. You might know me, or you might just know the version of me I let you see." The halls quieted. I lied. About who I am. Where I'm from. Why I transferred here. Whispers. I pretended to be one of you, but the truth is, I was afraid I'd never be one of you unless I hid my past. But that was wrong. I took a deep breath. So here's the real me. My family used to be rich. Very rich. And when we lost it all, I didn't want your pity or your judgment. I just wanted a fresh start. But I forgot that you can't build real friendships on fake ground. A pause. I'm sorry. To everyone. Especially to Emma. I'll spend every day trying to make things right. The mic clicked off. And then, silence. Then, slowly clapping. One student. Then two. Then the hall erupted. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I was seen. And not for what I had, but for who I chose to be. Emma found me by my locker after school. I didn't know what to expect. A slap? A speech? Silence. But instead, she hugged me. No words. Just a quiet moment that said everything. I'm still mad, she said, pulling away. But I get it. And I'm glad you told the truth. That night, we sat at my tiny kitchen table, laughing over instant noodles and bad reality TV. My dad walked in, confused by the giggles, and smiled for the first time in weeks. Things didn't magically fix themselves. I still had to earn trust back. But something inside me changed. I no longer needed to hide my story. Because it was mine. Messy, real, and full of second chances. And honestly, that felt richer than anything money could ever buy. And that, my friend, was the story of how Riley learned that the truth, no matter how messy, is way more powerful than any lie money can buy. If this story made you feel anything, or just made you crave instant noodles, hit that like button. Drop your thoughts, or drama, in the comments, and subscribe to Ruby's Secret Files, so you never miss the next plot twist. Remember, every secret has a story, and we've got plenty more to uncover.